Hi, my name is Yanni Jane, and today I'm going to be talking about the importance of understanding power dynamics and effective communication, especially in the context of leadership without formal titles. Today, I'm going to explore the power that students possess and how that influences our communication. And I'm also going to analyze a past experience I had with a difficult person. And I'm going to apply the leadership concepts in Chapter 10 and see how they can improve my future interactions. Now, first of all, what is the power that I have as a student? The two specific ones I'm going to be mentioning are expert power and legitimate power. So expert power is when I'm working on a group project with other students, and I have a lot of background experience and a lot of familiarity with a particular concept. This is going to give me more influence over the direction of the project and how certain tasks are approached because of my background. Other students are going to more readily listen to me and apply my suggestions. As French and Raven identified, legit expert power is based on one's superior expertise in a specific field. I also have a degree of legitimate power within the student context, and this can be seen when talking about when I was elected as an officer in my consulting club. Because I have this formal title, it gives me the authority to organize events, delegate tasks, and represent the group's overall interests. My words in this role are going to carry a lot more weight because of my official position. So when I'm communicating deadlines or deliverables for the club, members are going to be expected to follow through because of the legitimate authority my titled position grants. And so as mentioned in section 10.2, legitimate power is based on a position of authority. And all of these sources of power, expert and legitimate, shape how I'm going to communicate because they give my opinions more weight in certain situations. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is dealing with a difficult person. Now, I experienced dealing with a difficult person in a group situation because I did not and I did not expect exactly approach communicating with them very well either. And this created a lot of conflict and blocked our productivity. So one member was consistently missing deadlines and would voice their opinions without listening to others. My first reaction was to get very frustrated with them. And so this entire situation highlights the challenges of dealing with individuals who have negative behaviors that undermine team effectiveness, as mentioned in 10.7. And my communication was super ineffective because it focused on blame rather than problem solving. I just called them out in front of everyone and focused on their lack of contribution and their negative attitude. This put them on the defensive and stopped any possibility of us finding a solution. So if I could have used my strategies for managing conflict, such as focusing on interests rather than positions, this and applied constructive feedback rather than just blaming them, the outcome could have been a lot different. So based on what I've learned now, I'd approach the situation a lot more differently. Instead of broad accusations, I would talk to them one on one and ask why they did what they did or highlight specific instances of this happened and you did this. And I would try to understand their perspective by asking open-ended questions and expressing empathy and focusing on why they did what they did. Also highlighting that what the effect that their behavior has on group progress and working with them together to find solutions can also help make our conversation a lot more successful. The keys process, as highlighted in Chapter 10, encourages us to know ourselves and evaluate the professional context. And so understanding my own reaction and another person's personal motivations to communicate more effectively are really going to help us communicate a lot better. By applying these concepts and focus on specific behaviors and seeking collaborative solutions, I can communicate more effectively with a difficult person. So it's going to be my understanding of my sources of power as a student and learning effective communication strategies for challenging interpersonal dynamics as an important aspect of developing my leadership and my communication skills. My expert and legitimate power influence my interactions in academic settings, and reflecting on past experiences I've had with difficult individuals, especially through the strategies we've learned in Chapter 10, really highlights the importance of constructive communication and understanding the context behind a situation. Ultimately, by consciously applying the learning I've found through these concepts, I can further my leadership communication, both academically and professionally, and ultimately contribute to more positive environments. Thank you.